Hello and welcome. In this video, I'm going to cover keyword research, and I'm breaking it down into different segments and showing you basically how to start from the very beginning and get through to the section where you understand what keywords you'll be using. So if we were to choose, for example, a niche, and I won't be choosing dog training, I'll be using an actual real hands-on client, and an area that I'm actually very interested in and that I actually service a number of clients in is real estate and property management. So if I wanted to gain an understanding, first of all, of the type of keywords people are using when they're looking for property management, the first step I would actually do is I'd go to Google, which I have showing right up here now, and I'll type the word property management in. And the objective here is to have a look and understand the different types and styles of keywords, so one similar to property management, that people are actually searching for, then to take those keywords and to place them into a keyword tool and to have a look to see what sort of keyword volume there is associated with that particular keyword. So if we have a look here, we've got property management guide. I can see property management in my descriptions here, property management, property managers. Okay, so there's a keyword there. Property managers that I would also use in my search that I'm going to check. Real estate management, so there's another keyword there. So I'm going to use this particular keyword in my search as well. And continue working down my list. So I have three variations there straight away. So I have property management, I have real estate management, and property managers. So what you do is you continue to look on the other supporting pages as well until you put together, let's say, around about 10 keywords that you can use as your basis. I generally start on a foundation of around about 5. And what I do is after I have those keywords, I use it as a foundation for me to use the keyword tool or to use a keyword tool to understand exactly what sort of search volumes are associated with a particular keyword. So what I'll do is I'll show you my list that I've put together now. So here's my list that I've put together, and I've chosen, how many keywords are there? What's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I've chosen 7 keywords as the foundation for in this exercise. And essentially what I want to do is I want to gauge an understanding as to what sort of search volumes are associated with each of those keywords. And this is a really important point to mention when we're having a look at this here, is there are a number of different ways that you can complete your keyword research. You can have a look through Google to gain an understanding of the different keywords people are actually searching for. You can use a plethora, let's use the word plethora, of different keyword tools. One of them being Market Samurai, another one being IBP, and there are several others out there as well that can start to give you suggestions and ideas on keywords. This particular way is the way that I prefer to do it, mainly because I have been SEOing for a certain amount of time. It's been at least 6 years now that I've actually been SEOing sites. And over that time, I have gained a really good, strong feel for it. As a result of gaining my really strong feel, when I go through and I use this particular process, I'm able to spit out these keywords really, really quickly and gain an understanding as to the level of competition that I'm going to be facing fairly quickly as well. So if you're going through this exercise and you're finding that it's taking a fair amount of time to go through it, it will improve over time and it will speed up over time as well. So going back to our keywords. So we have our 7 keywords that I've chosen here now, surrounding property and real estate. And what I'm essentially going to do is I'm going to take these keywords and I'm going to copy them into the Google keyword tool. Now you can find this if you go to Google and at the top you type in keyword tool, and that shows up the Google keyword tool here. Now if I click on that, we'll go through to Google's website. And you'll notice that I'm actually signed up for a Gmail account, so 30minuteseo@gmail.com. The reason why you actually sign up for the account is when you're signed in, it stops it from showing up with that little CAPTCHA code, which would normally show up around the middle of the screen. And the CAPTCHA code it's a pain in the backside. Essentially, you have to type it in every single time, and sometimes, and especially with Google now, the CAPTCHA codes are becoming more complex to understand, where you need to call an interpreter in almost to be able to read the code. So looking at the configuration of it, you've got the keyword phrase there, or the word or phrase. You have a website that you can actually put in there as well, and that will allow the Google to go through and define the keywords associated with that website. Another really good feature. And then here in the middle we have the advanced options and filters. That allows you to lock it into different countries. as well as different languages, and to have a look at the desktop and laptop devices, or to also explore the information and or search volumes on mobile devices. So this is my preferred method of doing keyword research, mainly because Google are the guys who are releasing the information, and everyone else is essentially changing their software to adapt, develop, and to catch up with whatever Google changes. So the way that I always look at it is to go straight to the source. So if I go back to my keyword tool, my little Excel spreadsheet, keyword combination tool, and I take these keywords here and I copy them, and I'll put them into my keyword or phrase here, and then I'll hide this here. So I'm locked to United States, I'm in English, and I'm showing desktop and laptops. Once I click on search, that completes its search. And this starts to show me the volumes that I'm looking at, which are associated with the search terms that I'm interested in. Now I'm going to hide the global monthly searches. And the theory behind that, and I'm going to go from, now I'm going to say I'm broad first of all, and I'll explain that to you shortly as to why I'm on broad. And let's have a look. Okay, the global monthly, and then apply. Make sure you click that apply button. So what I'm looking at now is I'm having a look at, first of all, my keywords, and I'll click this here, which goes and sorts it, and descending, is it? Yes, I think it's called descending from highest to lowest. And I can see that real estate, it attracts 30 million searches per month. Then you have property management and rental properties. So the reason why I've entered this in here at this stage is I want to see whether or not there are any other keywords that I'm missing out on. And there's another one, rental property. Oh, sorry, real property. Property for sale. So that could be another opportune keyword for you. Homes for rent. Houses for rent. And if you find any of those keywords that you want to use, you essentially go back to your little sheet here, and you put them in there. And this is an important point to note at this stage. This sheet here is a sheet that I use fairly proactively, and you can use something very, very similar to it. You can have an Excel spreadsheet that you essentially go and you put your keywords into, and it's really just something you're keeping a record of. And when I do research for a client, I actually save this under a specific client folder as well, just so I have it historically sitting there ready to go for them. So if they ever ring me up and ask me any questions about it, I can open it up and I can have that information available. Just an important point, a little tip that I've learnt over time. So I'm satisfied with the keywords that I've chosen here. So real estate, rental property managers, rental properties, property manager, and real estate manager. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to untick this broad button here, and I'm going to tick this exact box here.